It's your birthday. Happy birthday. It's your birthday. Happy birthday. The sun will shine, the flowers bloom, the birds will sing a song for you. Happy birthday to you. It's your birthday. Happy birthday. It's your birthday. Happy birthday. The sun will shine, the flowers bloom, the birds will sing a song for you. Happy birthday to you.
And these are songs composed in 1929 for obvious reasons.
Number 1 and number 2 in that year on the charts. Okay.
They should sound familiar, Cal.
Okay.
No one
To talk with, all by myself. No one to walk with, but I'm happy on the shelf. Ain't misbehaving, I'm saving my love for you. I know for certain, the one I love. I'm through with flirting, it's just you I'm thinking of. Ain't misbehaving, I'm saving my love for you. Like Jack Horner in the corner, don't go nowhere, what do I care? Your kisses are waiting for, believe me. I don't stay out late, don't care to go. I'm home about 8, just me and my radio. Ain't misbehaving, I'm saving my love for you. Thank you, we'll be here all week. Try the Swedish meatballs. Another bride, another June, another sunny honeymoon, another season, another reason for making whoopee. Shoes, a lot of rides, the groom is nervous, he answers twice, he's really killing, and he's so willing to make whoopee. Picture a little love nest down where the roses cling. Picture the same sweet love nest. Think what a year can bring. He's washing dishes and baby clothes. He's so ambitious, he even sews. But don't forget, folks, that's what you get, folks, for making whoopee. Da 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 da. Where it begins, down in a little town called Brattleboro in Vermont. Had brothers too, and she went off to Wellesley. Then she married a guy named Tom. Hands, little boy hands, can Tom and Ross then headed west. In Amherst they finally settled, but then her love was always north. Lake, Spofford Lake, boating and swimming, kayaking, skinny dipping too. Sweet Caroline, whoa, whoa, whoa. 90 never looked so good. So good, so good, so good. 2029, up, up, up. Then you'll reach 100 years, sweet Carolyn.
One, two, three.
Well, let's sing happy birthday. Okay, ready?
Yeah.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Carolyn. Happy birthday to you. All right. So good, so good.
Greetings to you all and welcome to the Saunders, now Quarles, 80-year-old summer home on Lake Spofford. As the oldest living member of both the Saunders and Quarles clan, I am now a patriarch, and I certainly feel like one with my I don't mean, sorry, I mean matriarch.
All right, start it over from the top.
Yeah. Sorry about that. Yeah, stick it back
Take
on.
two.
Did you take Latin?
Sorry about that. I was thinking, we need to be thinking about the wonderful patriarchs that have left us.
That's right.
Okay, what a perfect birthday present to have so many family and friends come from afar, as you well know, Colorado. Anyway, and friends to come to my 90th birthday. First, a few introductions, and thanks to a daughter-in-law for your name badges. Where is Jack? My 6-year younger
Come on,
brother,
Jack.
John,
I'm here. Over there.
known as Uncle Jack. Can you come in?
I'm in.
Is the only other original surviving Saunders. Surviving family member, the original one here today, my 3 brothers. My 6-year older brother, William, called Bill, died in 1985, but 4 of his 6 children are here today. Robin, Holly, Lee has left, and Ned. Now, reflecting on my advanced age, the word gratitude is the recurring and dominant theme. How fortunate I have been, beginning with my parents, Marjorie Fanning and Kenneth Saunders, both born in 1894, a month apart. My mother graduated from the Waltham, Massachusetts Nurses Training School in 1917. My father, Kenneth, graduated in 1916 from Yale's Sheffield Scientific School as a civil engineer. They met in Brattleboro, Vermont, where Marjorie was superintendent of nurses at Brattleboro Memorial Hospital. Kenneth came to Brattleboro from Naugatuck and Waterbury, Connecticut, after the World War to manage a plant of the Millers Falls Tool Company. They married in 1922. Bill was born in 1923, I followed in 1929, and Jack in 1935. Our Spofford story begins in the early 20s when Kenneth roomed and boarded with the Rogers family in Brattleboro. They introduced Marjorie and Kenneth to their friends, the Barrows. who owned the cottage next to our neighbor down this way, and all the virgin land from that house to the yacht club, to the current yacht club, was all virgin land. The Barrows and the Rogers shared picnics and swimming, and that was my parents' introduction to Spofford Lake. Early on, Kenneth declared emphatically that the only property he would ever want to build on would be this North Shore land. It took about 16 years to convince Mr. Barrows to sell to Kenneth and Earl Holtby, the house up here, the next door neighbor. Earl Holtby was his friend and fellow executive at the Greenfield Millers Falls Company. This house and the Holtby house next door were designed by the same architect, Mr. Bartlett, and built in 1939. The infamous New England hurricane of 1938 decimated the pine trees at Wares Grove on the south shore, but spared this property. The war years, the 1940s, were devoted to education. Bill had a postgraduate year at Phillips Academy, Andover in 1942, and then to Yale as part of the unique class of 1945 W for War, an accelerated program. He joined the Navy in the V-12 course and married Marcy Tyler in 1949. I went from Brattleboro High School to Wellesley and graduated in 1951. In December 1952, I married Tom Quarles, and thereby Quarles and Saunders were united. Tom's background paralleled Bill Saunders exactly, both from 1923 birth date, Andover 1942, and Yale 1945 W. Spofford had its most activity in the 50s and 60s. Bill and Marcy had 6 children. Tom and I had 3 sons. Jack married and had a son and a daughter, and Bill christened us as Camp Dandy Fund. Those were the most memorable times. And now we are so lucky to have a new generation to experience this special place with its history. Kenneth and Marjorie would be very proud of their legacy. Now, I have a few other comments. You all know that I could go on a long time with Spofford stories, but in the interest of your attention spans, I shall conclude this, but not without giving my deepest gratitude to my 3 sons and their wives for hosting this amazing party, and to Tom and Karen and Eleanor for making it possible for us to keep this precious heirloom in the family.
Yep.
And not to mention the spirits that are with us today, between Marjorie and Kenneth and Tom, and Bill. We have lots and lots to think about and be very grateful for. Have I left anything out?
Jody.
And we have 2 Saunders who are no longer with us of the 6 children, Jody and Bill, or Bill and Jody. I used to be able to name them all. My mantra was Robin, Holly, Billy, Jody, Lee, and Ned.
Right. Yep. That's right.
All in order.
At least I was always there.
Any additions that I have forgotten?
You got it.
Because we would not be here without Kenneth and Marjorie. I mean, everything that wove together is astounding. And do you remember? You don't remember, but in the old days, you didn't have, motels and stuff. You roomed and boarded with people in the towns. And that's how my father happened to meet the Rogers family. And one of their daughters was very important to the rest of our life here, Eleanor Rogers.
Right.
She was amazing. We owe a great
Who was
deal.
Eleanor's?
Name.
Well, same name, but
Yeah, but
Eleanor's,
we-
there's
Oh, and I
lots
have a
of
picture
famous
of it.
Eleanors. But anyway, we've had some great times, and aren't we all lucky to still be here in the same place? Jean. And there's lots of interesting Holtby history that I can tell you about.
Yeah.
She is now our new neighbor up here in the former Holtby
Right.
cottage. And Jack was trying to remember the name of the architect that designed this house, and there's a picture there of the house taken by one of my beaux at Dartmouth College way back in 1951 or whatever. Before, we did have a structural change. We put in the window upstairs to make the whole upstairs through. But all the Saunders have lots of stories about this house, right, Robin?
Oh, yeah,
Yes, lots and lots.
yeah.
Well,
A lot of,
Anyway,
a cup of
Thank you.
milk
That was
to
great.
do a toast.
Yeah.
that's right.
to be here, and I am very, very lucky to still be here and functioning as reasonably well. I have one little quote. The name Holtby I find very interesting. Have you ever heard of it in any other context?
There's a famous NHL goalie.
Oh, there is. Okay.
We love hockey
Well,
season.
there is also a very famous feminist novelist in England, and if you meet people in England and you ask them about South Riding, which they did make a film, a documentary film of, and her name is Winifred Holtby. And when I first discovered that on Google and all, in a brochure from a British organization for how to age gracefully, it said, it's an amazing story about what she had done, and as I say, she was a real feminist. And her epitaph, she wrote poems and novels and all, her epitaph is, God, give me work till my life is done, and give me work till my life is over, and life till my work is done.
Wow.
And that's my great hope. But the awful part was she died at 35.
Oh no.
But anyway, give me work. I have no problem with give me work till my life is over. I've got plenty of work. But I hope I live long enough to accomplish more of it.
That was great.
All right.